Now, despite all the wars going on around the world, I wanted to start off today's episode, the second episode here in glorious Luba, because the fetishists are the only ones that I did not actually show off. So there they are, sitting pretty with 17,000 men in their capital of Luba. It's a inland center of trade, so they're doing quite well. There is there's I think another center of trade somewhere around here that they can grow towards to. There it is, yeah. And I mean, for the fetishists, it really depends on where they want to expand. Maybe this is even faster. I think Zanzibar might actually be faster, so they can expand in both directions, and you know, really become a huge powerhouse here, controlling a lot of the trade. But yeah, now the trade is actually going to be very important for our first institution that's going to spawn in game, because well, it might actually be that the global trade will spawn somewhere in India. I mean, right now we see Bengal with 3.6, very, very valuable trade. Constantinople is even better. Aleppo's at 4.1, 4.3 in Persia. The Zoroastrians are doing a really good job. 5.3 in Alexandria. So we might see the institution not spread in Europe. Yeah, look at this. The channel's not doing too well. Genoa's at 3.4, so we might actually see the global trade spawn here in Alexandria. Now, we still have a couple of years left, but it is quite possible. Now, luckily, the Ibadi have decided to finally move their troops. They have occupied Hormuz, but all of the other lands are being occupied, so yeah, they're not doing too well. The Confucians are still winning against the Animists, yeah, but that's mostly due to the fact that the Animists are not doing anything. And the Yazidi have decided to declare war on the Monothelites, and it seems like things are looking up for them. Yeah. Now, I'm pretty sure that either the Paulicians or the Monophysites are going to attack the Monothelites as well. Also, one thing I should just mention here, I don't know how to pronounce these the names of these religions. For the most part, I don't know. So I'm probably gonna do it wrong. But anyway, so the Yazidi have 20,000 men, and they have just destroyed a colony instead of actually taking it over themselves. That's not too smart. And the Zoroastrians are at war with the Mazdaki. Now, the Mazdaki are actually a heresy, I guess, so to speak, of the Zoroastrians. So we'll see who comes out on top here. Yazidi are already at 81%, pretty good. And it seems as though the Ibadis have finally made sure to reconquer some provinces. In fact, no, they have got an extra war score, but it seems like they don't have a fleet here. It's the Zikri that control the strait. And, ooh, we actually see some alliances. Now, this is very interesting. I would have not expected this to happen because, well, everyone is zealot. They should not like each other. But anyway, the Yazidi have just taken a huge bite out of Monothelites. And they have set themselves a nice ally with the Zikri, so I don't think anyone is going to be particularly interested in fighting them anytime soon. How the Orthodox doing? I would like to know. They don't have any friends. The Coptics, I always click on the these things. Okay, we don't really see too many alliances though. Okay, now I like how the Kharites are creating a nice buffer between the Coptics and the Druze and their Jewish partners, although I guess the Jews are down here as well, so it's not really helping them too much. Yeah, I thought they were going to protect them, the Kharites protecting the Jews, but no, that doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, so a huge rebel, Zen heretics. Zen heretics? What are Zen heretics? That is, that's a different religion, I'm not too sure, but yeah, okay. Okay, so the Shinto are growing stronger. Who's this? The Jaina all the way over here. Man, that's not smart. You really should consolidate your lands first. That's more important. That's much more important. Now, if I had to make a guess as to who I think is going to win, because I didn't do that in the first episode. I actually wanted to do that, but I kind of forgot. It really is going to be, it's going to be probably someone in this area who consolidates their power quickly. So the Copts could really, you know, they could kill out could kill off the Druze religion here by just completely annexing them. And that's exactly what they have just done. So the Coptics, I think the Copts might even be on number 1 here. No, the Mayans are actually pretty decent. The Sikhs are also very good. So whoever in this region, you know, grows powerful fast enough and manages to keep their realm together, will probably win, because that's a lot of development you can get. And on top of that, you still have your colonization. So the other empires that are isolated, they are obviously able to be, you know, just colonize away without having to fear any attacks. But at the same time, they do not have the opportunity to, well, gain free development that others have colonized for them. So yeah, I'm not really sure if it's good to be isolated or not. But yeah, so the Copts looking really nice. I like the nations that have nice borders, I must admit. They make me quite happy, in fact. Okay, so it seems like the Cathars are doing a good job here. I wonder if any of these centers of reformation are targeting these nations. No, they're not. The Lollards have decided to take over Jailand. Okay. I really also wonder who of the pagans is gonna make the race here. I think it's gonna be the Norse, because they get to pick a deity that will make them stronger and they have more force limits. But it could be anyone's game, really. The Suomenusko, I think, have fort defense, which could help potentially. And the Romuvans, what do they have? Fort maintenance modifier and local defensiveness. Yeah, I'm actually gonna give that to the Norse faith here. Yeah, I think they're gonna be winning the pagan battle up here. And the Yazidi are looking awfully strong. I was thinking that maybe the Shia could win, but I think in this region, I think it might be a little bit too early to say that just yet, but I think either the Copts or the Nestorians are going to make the race, because they just look nice, consolidated, have a huge army, basically safeguarding their realm, so yeah, most likely they're gonna win. The only war we have is still the Zoroastrians. Okay, now they're probably gonna just absolutely rack the Mazdaki here, but I would argue that you don't take over everything, because you're not gonna be able to handle the rebels. Actually, you know what? Even though they're winning, the Zoroastrians are winning. Oh no, they're not winning anymore. Well, that explains a lot of things. They were winning, but they had to give up because they were being destroyed. Okay, so anyone going after Australia yet? No, no one's interested in that. The Inti have reached the coast, so they can now go and, well, go anywhere, really. The Catholics are just completely focusing on the New World. I'm not really sure if that's all that smart. I'm really not sure if that's all that smart, because, you know, this colonial nation is going to be extremely powerful in comparison to you, and they might declare their independence. And then you have nothing. You get nothing out of it. So I wouldn't really recommend this strategy, but, you know, I guess the Catholics know what they can do the best. Okay, so who's this? Who's taking all the trade here? The Reforms. And the Lollards squeezing in here to take Bremen. Good for them. Good for them. They actually lose tax. Oh, that's it. That's a shitty religion. They lose tax. Poor guys. Well, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Okay, any more wars? I don't think so. We're still the Zoroastrians and Hurufu. Oh, the Hurufi have decided to get in on this war. They've seen the opportunity to destroy the Zoroastrians, and actually they've managed to get back up relatively quickly here. I was seeing them running around with like 10,000 men, but yeah, another war, the Yazidi. Ooh, look at this, the first tag team, Yazidi and Zikri taking out the Shia. The Shia might actually die here. Yeah, not too sure. The Zoroastrians made peace. In fact, no, it's the Hurufi. They wanted to take Gilan, but they decided to just peace out, which is interesting in my opinion. Okay, so out of this wars, nothing has, I think, changed hands. In fact, yeah, okay, nothing has changed. There was just a whole lot of fighting going on. Now, the Zoroastrians managed to bounce back so quickly because I have turned on the high difficulty, or the very hard difficulty for the AI, and since every nation is AI, they all enjoy these immense bonuses to, well, land force limit, and all kinds of other things. I don't actually remember, but there's some really great bonuses there. The only thing I did not do is set not custom nations, but set lucky nations, because that would just give an unfair advantage to one of the nations, and I didn't want that to happen. But yeah, it seems as though the Shia will probably get gobbled up between the Zikri and the Yazidis. Not too well for them. They were doing so good in the first episode, but yeah, I guess they overextend themselves, and they're gonna be split in half. Yep. Oh, poor guys. They survived with one province, so they even had to give up one province to the Manicians, which is kind of interesting to see that. I guess that's just kind of as a buffer, so that the Yazidi and Zikri do not border, and don't create border tension. That's actually really smart here. AI is playing a smart ally game. I like that. Okay, so the Black Sea coast is being colonized at this moment. Who has this? The Karaite have Crete, whereas Cyprus is held by the Copts, and Rhodes is owned by the Orthodox. Okay, good to see. Now, let's just check out one more war. The Confucians have decided to actually be very aggressive here. The Mahayanas are the next ones they fight. Now, did they actually take over the animist religion here, or the animist province? They have, and now they are going after this province. So they want everyone kicked out of the Chinese area, and I think next one's going to be the Vajrayanas, most likely. I wonder when the Shinto will actually get rid of the giants here, because they are taking just all of their islands. You should do something about that, man. You should do something about this. Now, what kind of bonuses do you get? Religious unity, plus 50%. Okay, and the Shintos, I believe you are the ones with the morale bonus. Very good for you. Confusions. I wonder what you get. Tolerance, as well as admin tech cost, minus 10? Holy shit, that's really good. That's really good. Now, one thing I should also mention here, in case you haven't noticed it yet, I made sure to include the religious symbol in the coat of arms, or in the, I guess, flag of each religious custom nation. It didn't always work. This is actually why you see the Byzantine eagle here for the Orthodox faith, because this was actually one of the only symbols, religious symbols, that were not available, was the Orthodox one. So that's kind of interesting. They managed to convert Constantinople to Orthodox, but they did not change the culture. They simply accepted the Turkish, and yeah, now they're enjoying full benefits. I guess that is the smarter way. The Copts decided to get rid of the Samaritans, who have started to take some provinces over here, and I'm pretty sure they're not gonna just take that. They will probably also take the coast here. But man, then you're gonna be bordering the Nestorians. I gotta tell you, the Nestorians are scary. Ooh, yep, there it is. The Copts are looking like the first really powerhouse here. I mean, the Yazidi and the Zigri having their alliance there, they could really cause some problems as well, but the Copts are definitely looking very nice. The Hindus are looking nice here as well, and I would really like to see what trade region is gonna spawn. Oh, Bengal has 4.1, okay. We have 5.7 in Hormuz, so far the best. What do we have in... Oh, yep, Alexandria is not the best anymore. Hormuz is probably going to spawn the global trade. But there's still many in the run. I mean, with Alexandria, Constantinople, Aleppo, even Persia, Hormuz. What does Genoa and the English Channel say? Genoa has caught up significantly. 4.8, and the English Channel is a 4.4. Maybe the Europeans are actually going to get it still. That would be a huge blow to the Eastern civilizations, but we'll see. We'll see how things turn out. The Slavs, as well as the Protestants, are growing towards each other. Soon they will touch, and then I think war will ensue. But yeah, maybe they're just gonna stay apart for now. Okay, and what's this? Ooh, now the Kharites are next. So it seems as though the Copts just want to get rid of all of the Jewish denominations, the Samaritans first, and now they're going after the Kharites, and they are seemingly unopposed. No one can stop them. I just hope that they're not overextending themselves, because having a nation fall apart is just really sad to see. I don't know, that always makes me really sad to see a nation conquer and then just fall apart. But yeah, okay, so the Massalians are still going strong. Where's the new Shi'ar powerhouse? They have provinces here and here, and I saw them somewhere else as well, but I don't really remember. These are the Zunists. The Zunists are just kind of trolling, I feel like. Seriously, like, what are you doing? You are just taking all islands? Is that your goal? The Theravada over here. Let's have a quick look at who's this. The Abadis. Fetishists are just doing their thing here. There's Sleeping Giant, just like the Inti and the Totemists. As soon as they get Vulcan, they are just gonna be absolutely monster and kill everyone. At least that is my hope. That will make things interesting for sure. Okay, so the Copts have won their war. Oh my god, they have finished off their Druze faith. They've probably annihilated the Karites. No, they're still around. So they have not completely killed off the Karites, But I think the Druze are actually dead. I think they did not manage to get away. Yep, I think the Druze faith is gone. So the first casualty was not, you know, the Messalians, as you would have expected. He was another Muslim denomination. Okay, so the Copts going in to defend against the peasants. Wow, yeah, they are looking extremely powerful. Let me see what it says for trade. 6.1, 6.0 in Constantinople. Okay, very close. What do the nope, Hormuz is still at 6.6. Still the best. Oh my god. Where's it gonna spawn? Where's it gonna spawn? Yeah, Europe cannot keep up. Europe cannot keep up. As long as these nations keep the trade in their own provinces, Europe cannot keep up. What does this say? Okay, this is not particularly good. Alright. Well, it really depends on what the Indian nations do. If they give all of the trade over here to the Missionaries, not Missionaries, Menicians, there we are, then they will spawn the global trade, which is actually, you know, it's not too bad for the Indians. I mean, they're close enough, so it shouldn't really bother them too much. Okay, so there we have a Jewish faith uprising. Now, this is actually not a religious uprising, I think, but I'm actually not too sure. Are they converting stuff? It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. We'll see as soon as they take this over, but, yep, they are, those are religious rebels, I see. Okay, so they are converting the provinces to the Samaritans. Now, one thing I should also mention is that I actually included new cultures as well. So I did not just, you know, make sure that the several nations have their correct religions, but also different cultures. So we'll see the Hebrews over here. You have, well, actually, this is not shown too well. There you go. So with the Hebrew here, we have even Romans here. The Greek, or the Greeks. Of course, Constantinople being Turkish was a mistake. The Athenians are here as well with the Hellenic faith, which is kind of cool. We have the Swiss, Dutch, the Saxons, and yeah, the Aquitanes, the Languedoc. We have the Englishmen, the Norse, Latvians, and all kinds of other cultures. So yeah, Old Egyptian is what I chose for the Copts. Not sure if that was correct, but I did it anyways. And yeah, it looks like the Copts might have a real problem with these rebels. They can't kill them. Now, it seems as though there are a couple wars that I'm actually missing out on. Yes, the Monophysites, together with the Paulicians, are fighting the Monothelites and the Nestorians. This, very interesting. I would like to check that out. The Cathars have decided to declare war on the Catholics. And it seems as though, yeah, the Nestorians, they have also gone to war. I did not really talk about that. I did see it, but they just took over one province from the Samaritians. Man. Anyway, so let's check out this war, as that seems to be the biggest we have seen so far. So, okay, so the Monophysites over here, they have, no, those are the Nestorians, 29,000. The Monophysites have 23,000. And the Yazidi are staying completely out of it. Now, this is obviously a very mountainous region, very highly defensible. And the Paulicians, wait. Okay, so, oh, I see. So it's Monophysite and Paulician against Nestorian and Monothelite. With Antioch already fallen, I don't think you're gonna do too well. I think the Monothelites or the Nestorians are not gonna lose anything. It's gonna be the provinces of the Monothelites that will be destroyed, but yeah, that's not going to go too well for you guys. Any other wars that I might be missing out on? Yeah, so the Cathars want to get Lisboa. They're doing a good job so far. Wow, they have really been colonizing a lot here, and now they have to face the Catholic West Indies. Okay, so even if the Catholic faith falls, they still have the West Indies to well, continue their religion. At least we hope that they will be able to stay alive. Now, one thing that I've also seen, the Fraticelli, they took over Rome in one of my test runs very early, and then the Papal States popped out, which is kind of interesting. So we'll see if that happens. I doubt it. I actually wish it won't happen, but I guess we'll have to see. Okay, so what else is going on? The Jain conquest against the Shia. Well, that's not really gonna be too interesting, because the Shia are just all over the place. At this point, the Shia just try to survive. That's it. They They need to, you know, seclude, or I guess run to a corner, hide, and build up their strength. Maybe this is the corner they can run to. Possibly. The Zunists are over here. And the Samaritians are over here as well. Yeah, this seems to be like the poor people place now. And wow, the Copts, they're not giving up. But a lot of their provinces are being converted. Poor guys. Luckily though, they have really strong ideas, so they should be able to convert it back. But now it seems as though the Nestorians decided to declare the war conquest of Sidon. Yes, the Holy Lands are being attacked. So the Monophysites have taken their provinces, very nice. They have their alliance left. And, well, yeah, I'm not sure if that alliance is so good for you. The Nestorians have actually kind of lost in this war. Now, you going to war with the Copts might be a good opportunity, but you shouldn't forget that the Yazidis are next to you, and they could come and destroy you any second, especially with their ally, the Zikri. But yeah, we'll see how things go. The Jews are still hanging in there, controlling Constantinople. Good for them. Very good for them. Anyways, though, I think on that note, I'm going to be ending this episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.